Traveling west on Interstate 94, we stopped at the Painted Canyons Visitor Center, the east unit of Theodore Roosevelt National Park. Here we took a short hike down into the canyon to see the beautiful Badland landscape. We didn't see any animals here, however, we did enjoy our not-so-easy hike and the beauty around us. Roosevelt said, "The Badlands grade all the way from those that are almost rolling in character to those that are so fantastically broken in form and so bizarre in color as to seem hardly properly to belong to this earth." After catching our breath literally and physically, we continued on to the Medora campground. We are here for 4 days. We got up early to go into Theodore Roosevelt National Park's South Unit. To me, it is like the Badlands and Yellowstone had a cousin, minus the geysers, of course. I just don't know how else to describe it. It's a magical place where you see bison in their natural environment, bison being the largest mammal in North America and can be seen in both the North and South units of the park. And seeing them roaming free is just so exciting to me. I could watch them all day. We were careful while hiking some of the small hikes that we took. You never know if a buffalo could be over the next hill. We hiked along the skyline vista. It was a flat, paved, natural trail. We also took the BioCourt Overlook Trail. It's an easy, scenic trail to take in some beautiful views. There was certainly evidence of buffalo here. Yep, that's a dung beetle. I love nature. Oh, and one sighting that had me memorized was the wild horses, and we got to see them in all their glory. We were fortunate to spot a herd of horses and a couple of colts. We also saw a couple more that were on their own in another part of the park today. The following day, we visited the North Unit. We had planned to do some hiking trails. However, the park officials said because of the rain overnight that it would be like hiking through peanut butter. So we chose to just enjoy what we could without hiking. We stopped at one of the most unusual stone formations in Theodore Roosevelt National Park, and that is the Cannonball concretions. The cannonballs are easily spotted at the one pullout in the North Park. They are so baffling as to how these balls or spheres could be formed. Here we met a gentleman who won our hearts, Hank. Hank is 80 and hiking and exploring by himself. Go, Hank! And thanks for sharing your handmade crosses. Roosevelt stated prairie dogs are abundant. They are in shape like woodchucks and are the most noisy and inquisitive animals imaginable. They are never found singly, but always in towns and several hundred inhabitants. And these towns are found in all kinds of places where the country is flat and treeless. I couldn't have said it better. Now to Medora. Medora is a charming little town. The town has many cute shops and museums to explore, and we did. However, the highlight was going to the Pitchfork Steak Fondue and the Medora Musical. You heard that right. Steaks cooked on a pitchfork. Our steaks were cooked on pitchforks dipped into lard. Cooked to perfection. We went through the line to fill our plates with all the other goodies and found a seat with the most amazing views. We had a wonderful dinner. I have never had a meal in such a beautiful setting. After dinner, we went for a walk around to continue to take in the scenery. Within walking distance is the Medora Musical, so we headed over to find an astonishing long escalator. But before heading down to the theater, we took in the time to look out over the setting. Wow, it was just beautiful. You could look out over the amazing set to the great view of the town and the mountains in the background. The musical story and the talent were great. The show was packed with incredible talent, and the storyline stayed true to the heart of the Medora and Theodore Roosevelt story.
And men, cowboys, and college graduates, from wherever they came and whatever the social position, possessed in common the traits of hardihood.
ends with a cowboy riding up the mountain behind the amphitheater, flag in hand, standing triumphant above the Medora sign while fireworks explode above him. It's an ode to patriotism, Theodore Roosevelt, and the great American West. The cast takes a bow and the crowd rides off into what we believe is the only traffic jam in North Dakota not caused by a buffalo. No trip to Medora is complete without seeing the Medora musical. Also in Medora, you can visit the Marquis de Moore's historic 26-room home that he built as a hunting lodge and summer home for his family and guests. Coming from France and bringing his innovative spirit, he built a meat packing plant, bought cattle and land in the town that he named after his wife, Medora. 3 years later, there was a drought that ended the business. There's a lot more to this story. Check it out when you come to Medora. And another stop on this part of our adventure is Fort Union Trading Post. It has been dubbed the grandest fort on the upper Missouri River. Between 1828 and 1867, Fort Union was the most important fur trade post on the upper Missouri River. Here, the Assiniboine and 6 other northern plain tribes exchanged buffalo robes and smaller furs for goods from around the world, including cloth, guns, blankets, and beads. This was a peaceful trading post that coexisted with the Native Americans. This post annually traded over 25,000 buffalo robes and $100,000 in merchandise. Wow. Well, remember to enjoy the journey, be kind, and share a smile.